schools as well as Islamic temples were built. So we want to ask our guest to tell us the benefits that it brings to us.
During the whole construction, the Chinese company has taken the social responsibilities, such as they have built many roads, many schools, and mosques. And so, as a Pakistani, how do you value these actions, these measures?
This is a very important job done by this company. Especially, we have visited the mosque with Mr. Jiang, your deputy head of mission, and that is an excellent mosque. And I think the people would. This is a big facility for, especially for the passengers. They can Juma prayers. They can say their prayer. Secondly, this company have established some basic schools and some health facilities. These are very for the social responsibility. I think you have made this public the part of this project. I think this is very important.
好的，这个赛夫先生对这个我们企业承担的社会责任这一块评价也是非常高的啊。他
So Mr. Safa actually mentioned the corporate social responsibility because the media outlets have visited several mosques. This is a Muslim country, and the religion is its biggest cultural characteristics. Although these roads are built by the Chinese people, but they also build a lot of mosques along the way, which is akin to their culture. They also built many schools, which is also an important feast to improve the educational quality of the locality. Our next question is, what does the Peshawar-Karachi Motorway bring benefits to the life of the local people?
In terms of the economic development of Pakistan and the better livelihood for the local people.
Actually, this project M5 is bridging two provinces. One is Punjab, and especially the southern Punjab, and at the other end is the interior Sindh. So far as the livelihood is concerned, these both areas are, if we compare it with Pakistan, these are not very much prosperous. These are very low economically. So I think this project can provide a lot of opportunities. If we visit this area, both sides there are the agriculture produce areas, big agriculture field here. So the agriculture produce, we can find the big markets. The people can go to the Multan, from the Multan, people can go toward the Sindh. They can market their produce, they can sell their produce, they can develop their other livestock, especially. Generally, no doubt, this is the big one project. I think 392 kilometers and the huge investment, that is $2.9 billion. I think big opportunities the people would get. Already many people are working in this project. In the future time, this project would provide more opportunities for the livelihood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. 刚才赛夫先生也向我们解释，从他的表现，从他生前
has explained to us
看出来他对这个路段的
with his words and expressions how high hopes he have for PKM. It connects Karachi with Morta. In Pakistan, these two provinces are the two of the underdeveloped areas, but the building of this road has shortened the trafficking hours of these two places. For example, the mango product can take a lot of time to be transported from one place to another, but with the construction of this road, it will largely reduce the hours that it needs, and also it will create more job opportunities. About 30,000 Pakistanis have found jobs in the process, which also boosted development of the local economy. Now let's go back to Ms. Shui. This is the monitoring room, also known as the control center of the road, the brain of the road, if you may. This road is 392 kilometers long, and the center locates at the middle of the road to make it easy to see all of the situations along the motorway. You can see that through the screen, you can see the situation of each section of the road, including the communication, the toll booths, as well as the weighing system can be monitored through this control room. The hardware of this center is done by video phones as well as other softwares. It can closely monitor the operation of the road 24/7 and also keep an eye on emergencies. Once there's an emergency, it can conduct an overall coordination. What's special about Pakistan is that originally its motorways have different standards, and the equipment are quite obsolete. And the managerial expertise is not as good. But this road built by the Chinese engineers have introduced and installed the Chinese equipment. These Chinese equipment can cover the tolling, the signal management of the entire motorway. So all of these processes being electrified. This is an important boost and also a setting up of important standard for Pakistani motorway. Once they have experienced that, it is likely that this motorway will be used as an example and will be promoted throughout the entire nation. Now we can go to the road to see how it's like, how it feels to drive on this road. We might have some spare time along the way, and we can take a look at the tolling station. We can also see some security guards. And this kind of very high standard security is applied throughout the construction as well as traveling. On a daily basis, about altogether 40,000 security personnel were involved to protect the safety of the workers as well as the engineers. All of us are protected by the Pakistani soldiers. That's what's special about the construction of this project. Now we're ready to get on board. During this process, we will show you an aerial shot of this road. This is a short video clip to give you an overview of this road. 感受一下这条路的情况。好，我们可以请后台的老师给播放一下我们的航拍全景的小片。Our director will be showing you this video clip. 然后这个。
那么现在我们在车上了，我们已经在车上了，可能大家能。
Now we're in the vehicle.
可以看看我们前面的安保人员。
As you can see, we have security in front of us, protecting our safety. I'll take this time to introduce to you about more about this project. This is part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and this is the biggest transportation infrastructure project in the Economic Corridor. It has the highest construction cost. Cost about $300 million, which is 5 to 6 times that of the construction cost of the bird nest in Beijing. Sorry, I stand corrected. The total cost is $2.9 billion. And it also needs the biggest scope of resources, including the concrete, steel, as well as sand and rocks. All of these building materials added together, if we construct them to a wall of 1 meter wide and 1 meter long, it can circle the Earth by 2.5 circles. And it also involved the largest number of construction workers. Altogether, 35,000 workers and engineers from both Pakistan and China were involved in this project. And there is also a large amount of mechanics involved in this. There are about 5,200 construction machines are involved in this. That's why we call it the biggest transportation infrastructure project in this corridor from Karachi to Peshawar. It needs a large quantity of materials, as I just mentioned. Now, we are very glad to join one of the Pakistani colleagues. His name is Kaisa. He is from Multan. He has 400 more of mango trees planting in his field. In the past, it will take him a long time to to transport these mangoes to Karachi after this motorway was complicated. It has shortened the time. My name is Kaisa. I'm 31 years old. I work in this project for about 3 years. What do you feel working here? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? I like it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the environment. I like the Chinese people, the colleagues. We are like friends. We understand each other and we're more than willing to help each other out. So what does this road mean to you? Because we grow mangoes in our fields before the construction of this road. We hear complaints that the mango has gone bad on the road because of the long transportation hours or traffic jam. These are really bad news to us. However, this year, after this motorway was completed, it's a fantastic news for our farmers and for the agricultural industry. And you can easily transport the mangoes from Punjab to Karachi. And the quality of the product and the freshness of the mangoes can be better guaranteed, and these are important if you are a fruit farmer. That also means more money to us, of course. In the past, it will take us about 15 to 16 hours, but after the construction of this motorway, it only takes us about 4 to 7 hours. So what do you have to say to this project and the workers? Kaisa went to university in China, so he is quite familiar and attached to the Chinese people and the nation. China, Pakistan have a long-standing friendship. I love China, and I enjoy working with all my Chinese colleagues. Want to thank the Chinese people from coming all the way here to help us with the construction of this motorway. Thank you so much, Kaisa. Now we can take a look at this working and living area of this project. During this time, we kindly ask our director to show us its service area on the motorway. It's quite a long road. That's why we have to play a video clip during this. We kindly will ask our director to play this clip, and we'll live broadcast to you later. We're now in a small courtyard. This is the living area of this project. The construction workers and engineers, they all stay here during the construction. We will have a recap of our traveling here. We found that the road and the journey here was quite smooth because the motorway was well constructed. They have done a lot of work here and have overcome a lot of technical difficulties. This place has very high temperature. The average temperature in summer is about 45 degrees Celsius, and the surface temperature of the road can be as high as 7 degrees Celsius. And if you are placing motors on the road, it might be as high as 100 degrees Celsius. Some of the construction workers even suffer from the heat wave. So it's really not easy for them to work under such a harsh condition. In order to make sure that the road stay firm and durable, they use a special kind of motor. and have done a lot of testing, especially at the turning point of the road. They have to do this every 20 meters so as to avoid accident happen by the bumpiness of the road. In Pakistan, many of you might know that alongside the road, there was basically nothing. It's quite wild. It's quite wild, and this time when they built this road, they have introduced many landscapes alongside the road so as to prevent the drivers from getting tired or boring on the driving, because this kind of fatigue driving can cause dangers to traffic safety. They have altogether constructed 38,000 trees and 6.1 million square meters of grassland. This is also known as the first green motorway of Pakistan. Now let's go back to the residential area. Most of the staff are enjoying lunch or have just finished lunch. Why is this road called the Road of Hope, of Friendship? Because the Sukkur-Multan section, the SMK, connected Karachi and Punjab. This area contributes about 60% of the national GDP and is also known as the economic vein for Pakistan. After this motorway was built, it can connect the southmost point to the northmost point of Pakistan. That's why it is known as the Road of Hope. Due to security reasons, our vehicles must stay here temporarily at the camp and without taking the road. We are sorry that we cannot continue our live broadcast on the road. But due to some emergencies, we will have to pause here. I don't know if our directors have more video clips for you to show you more about their construction situation.
现在这个我们都看了他们当时现场修路的状况。
We have seen some photos of the construction situation. So once this road was built, they have decided to leave the pedestrian walks during the construction to the local people. So this can benefit the life of the local people to a large extent. Therefore, this is highly supported by the local people as well. That is also what we felt. I think that's it for today's live broadcast. We want to give you our forecast of tomorrow. We will be visiting another Chinese enterprise not very far from here. That is a coal-fired power plant. Fire plant, as we know it, are heavy polluted, but this power plant is quite different from what we have known. That's all for today's live broadcast. We will be seeing you tomorrow. Thank you for watching our program.